list if you'd like to. They typically have some snacks and refreshments as well. I've got some contacts for Denver Police Department. First one being Commander Ledger. There's his email address and phone number. There's also Lieutenant Roberto, email address and phone number. As referenced, there's only one community resource officer, CRO, and that's Technician Campbell. I do have a list of your HOT team, homeless outreach team, all of their email addresses, and they've actually expanded. There used to be 3 on that team, now there are 4. And then contacts for your SET team, street engagement team. There's 2 of them, and they handle low-level city ordinances like trespassing, destruction of property, and unauthorized camping. So that would be like an RV or a trailer parked for too long on the street over that 72 hours and such. I have some additional contacts for Northwest Denver. So I have your park ranger contact information, their email address. If you call 311 and ask for the ranger assistance line for in-progress issues, that's how you get through to that. There's the non-emergency safety number, Parks and Rec permit link, link for watching city council and committees. 311, you can call, text, or file online. And then sidewalk fee concerns, you can email sidewalks@denvergov.org. As a reminder, it will be in the slide deck for December, but in 2025, they are implementing the sidewalk fees. And that's going to come twice a year on your wastewater bill. It's $150 total. It's broken up into 2 payments, so twice a year for $75 a piece. If your home exceeds a certain linear footage, and I forgot what the exact number is, there is an additional fee.
It's over 300.
It's a big amount. It's, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, less than 1% of all Denver properties would qualify for that additional fee. That's going to be like the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, or a much larger property. And then ways to connect with us. There's our email address, district1@denvergov.org, our phone number, our newsletter. That's a big one to sign up for. A lot of times we bump into constituents who don't know something's happening. But we put information in our newsletter well in advance, like those surveys. One of the issues that's come up recently is 29th Avenue not having enough awareness around it, but we've been putting that in our newsletter. And if you...
Why don't we talk about that right now?
Okay.
Because what happened was all of 29th from Sheridan through, was it Zuni?
Through the
was
bike
supposed to have protected bike lane, but there were some businesses close to Sheridan that fought that, and so that's not happening till I think Varane is where it starts protected.
I believe it was Sheridan through Tennyson.
Is it Tennyson?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
One of the things you mentioned earlier was 311, and that I've noticed in the neighborhood, there's a lot of streetlights that are out, and that's the place to report the streetlights outage. The city used to have people, or XL used to have people that would go do that. They don't do that anymore, so they rely on citizens reporting the lights out.
Yes. Yep. So 311, you can file any city service on there, whether it's trash, lights. You want to find out what kind of permit you need to hold a street fair, 311 can work for all of that.
I love 311.
I do too. I've used it a few times,
Like I'm a regular.
personally.
Yeah. They're on a first name basis. But okay.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff in our newsletter. And a lot of the information that I bring to the meeting is also in the newsletter, so you don't have to wait until I come. I know you want to see me.
Yes, we do. Yes.
But a lot of that information is also in the newsletter. You can visit our website, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also sign up for office hours to speak with Councilwoman Sandoval. And then our office staff is Gina, Melissa, and myself. And then I will also put the link for the presentation into the chat as per usual, so everyone can access it on their own time and sift through as well.
Someone asked in the chat, how will the city address homes that don't have sidewalks in their yard?
So every property is being billed the $150. And eventually there will be sidewalks along all the streets in Denver. They're going to repair sidewalks first and then bring sidewalks into compliance. And then I believe they're building new sidewalks to be ADA compliant.
But for example, a few years ago, I did a study and made a presentation to Neighborhood Cooperation Transportation Committee on the abysmal state of sidewalks between Federal and Sheridan on 26th Avenue.
Mhm.
I mean, they have handicap ramps that dead end into utility pole.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such wasted money that it's just crazy.
Mhm.
Because it'll have to wait till after the repair.
Well, I think if we go to Dottie and say, we need this for access to the schools, like elementary, would be very nice to have sidewalks
Yes.
for within the whole
Mhm.
collection district for the school.
I know that they're using data from 311 to repair the sidewalks first. So sidewalks that are reported as issues do get bumped up in the repairs.
Isn't that interesting?
Mhm.
That's motivation.
Yes, and also the Dottie Advisory Board is another place to
Yeah,
advocate for sidewalks that you want to see be prioritized.
yeah. I mean, how do you weigh what's more dangerous than no sidewalks or messed up, broken up sidewalks?
Mhm.
You know, so that's good to know how they determine.
Yes, yeah, they're going to repair the sidewalks, the existing sidewalks first. That's been my understanding.
Okay.
That's under Dottie. So I definitely encourage everyone to attend the Dottie Advisory Board meetings. Absolutely email us with questions and we can connect you to the supervisor of the project in Dottie. We don't have any problem doing that. So if you have any questions at all, just email us and we'll get you that information.
Dottie has so many things they're covering because they're also trash collection, recycling, compost.
Mhm.
It's all in their basket.
Yes.
Aren't they stormwater as well?
Maybe that's infrastructure. I would think it might be.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
I think so.
part of Dottie, a different.
That's why
Branch.
I think the sidewalks are being built.
Through the wastewater
Yeah.
or through the
On their
stormwater.
Well,
Stormwater.
stormwater, I think, comes twice a year, so it's just a way to sync up
Mhm.
Oh,
payment, so it's
I
not like
see,
an
okay.
extra bill at a random time of the year.
Okay.
It's just easier to track and easier for residents to not miss. Like you're expecting your wastewater bill. They foresaw problems with obviously this being a new fee and people saying like, I never got it, or I didn't know it was coming, I didn't receive it. But to sync it up with wastewater is the easiest way to streamline it.
Yeah.
They're thinking.
They're thinking, there's a whole committee, this was pushed back a whole year.
I will say that has caused some significant problems for row houses that have one water account. And the end result is the
Interesting.
condo associations for those row houses have to handle all the individual units trash collection preferences themselves.
Wow.
So I as an owner of a row house can't pick what garbage can I get. I have to go to my HOA so they can pick it. And they have to plug it in.
Wow, that's interesting.
Jim, that's Jim's for the, so that has to do it in the.
No,
Okay.
that's just.
Like
leave it.
this.
Oh, now it's in the wrong place. Okay.
Well,
So is that-
How much energy does it have left?
Oh, I bet.
Okay, we good?
Yes,
Okay, thanks.
all good.
Thank you.
Dorland's here tonight.
11%.
Okay, so is that back up?
Yeah, we have, the next online is Kate Spear with Rainbow Dome Roller Rink.
Deb, would you mind pulling up the video? on your
I don't
screen?
mind at all. That's a good idea to start with that.
So my name's Kate Spear and I use she, her pronouns.
My name is Janae Donaldson. I use she, they pronouns.
And we're part of Rainbow Dome, which is opening up near your neighborhood. We're a queer-centric hub for joy and motion. And we're opening up a roller skating rink and an arts venue. And so for the folks that are in the room with us, we're passing around these cards and pens. And we just want to do a small activity while we share a short minute of the video.
You are watching.
Sounds like citizens group.
Please mute.
And so what we'd ask is, what would you like to see in a roller rink in your neighborhood? And for those of you that are online, if you could think about that and put it in the chat, and we'll just.
Before you go down, could I have cheese and a roundie?
It makes me feel alive. Makes me feel fun and free. It's like the endorphins just flow through you. It's so fun. Once you like do a couple laps, you just feel just so exhilarated.
Just feel alive. I feel like we're a kid at the roller skating rink again, except for with my adult friends.
You just feel like crazy. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm flying sometimes. Aside when I'm going backwards, a little going forward, it's fine.
No. Oh, these are ones that are already. Oh. I feel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just because we have a lot to share, if you can pause and I'll take over and share my slides.
I might have to stop
Feel it.
with this.
Back.
This is for your ideal roller rink.
Oh, yeah.
It's working. Yay. So to start off with, I want to share how we came to this idea of Rainbow Dome. We were founded by two visual artists based in Denver, Frankie Tone and Theron Zimmerman. And they really felt we needed a space for queer joy, and there weren't many spaces that were sober friendly and family friendly just to gather. And we noticed trends of being lonely and isolated, that the pandemic added to this disconnect from our in-person connections. And that much of the development across Denver is homogenized. If you think of the co-working spaces, it's so sleek and nice in here, but they all look the same after a while. And many of these spaces are unwelcoming and at times hostile to queers, Black, Brown, and Indigenous folks and the disabled community. And then on top of that is the real world impact of the mental and physical inequities of these oppressive systems. And so we wanted to create a place of respite, of sanctuary, of dreaming, and that's where we come to our solution.
All right, so Rainbow Dome Solution is to be a queer-centric hub that uses art and activities to facilitate authentic community formation. We are engaged in social cohesion project that invites our audience to be unapologetically themselves and received as such. We center joy because we believe it is a vital state of being that supports physical and mental health and increases our resiliency.
Our programming is threefold. At the core is the art of gathering. So we hold events. So roller skating parties, dance parties, theater, dance, performances, comedy for people to gather and authentically connect. And we do this through a creative practice of world building. And one art practice we use is called social practice, which is a co-creation with the audience. And an example of that is costume parties. So the audience comes in costume and it's not until they enter the room that the like art product is activated and made with them. And then the third is shared platforms. So we believe in shared abundance and so want to share our resources, finances, platforms, happenings with other artists, DIY artists, Black, Brown, Indigenous artists, disabled artists, queer artists. And so this human in the circle is a vendor at one of our markets selling their candles.
All right, so we have put on a number of events. We have an event called Club Slug, which was a chance for people to show up as their favorite like frog or slimy thing that like is in a bog. We had a once a month roller party that was centered around horoscopes. We have Adams County Pride, which is now a once a year Pride event. And all of this is combined into some really great stats. We've had about 4,000 attendees, 43 DJs or more than 43 DJs that have played at our events, 37 performers, drag queens, comedians, MCs, more than 134 local vendors who have earned $58,000 at our events, and 189 pop-up squad members who have put in more than 1,000 hours of sweat and energy.
So that comes to the future. We have acquired 1660 North Federal Boulevard as the future home of Rainbow Dome. So that address is on Federal and 17th Dick Connor. So we're kind of on the other side of Federal from your neighborhood on the Empower Bronco Field side,
So is that in
Sun Valley.
Sun Valley?
But we are literally down the street from you.
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes drive.
Yeah, and this will be the first official roller rink in the Denver city limit.
Oh.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, so this is the second phase of Rainbow Dome. Our first phase is the roller rink in the upstairs, which is the second part of our fundraising. Anyway, so the first floor will be a gateway to a multi-use community hub with a black box theater, a gallery, a rehearsal space, and a merchandise shop and a cafe.
That's really
So
cool.
it's
Yeah.
no roller rink,
That's amazing.
walk out.
Yeah, and I think we're also looking to do like more low sensory areas too, just because like everything can be like really overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah, accessibility is a big part, so thinking of low sensory kids, low sensory spaces, ways to, graduate your interaction, because the highest stimulus is the rink on the lower level. It's about 8,000 square feet, and it will function both as a roller rink, but also potential concert venue, performance venue. You'll be greeted by a skate rental, a bank of gender neutral bathrooms, and a key feature of Rainbow Dome is the art and activities. So a major element is the artistic design and the installations that you're skating in, through, among, produced by our in-house artists, but we also are raising funds to have an open call for local artists. And these installations some will be permanent, but often they'll be rotating and changing out. And really, our art is intended to kind of elevate your experience of joy, silliness, and play.
So this is a mock schedule for us. From Thursday to Sunday, we would have open skate hours. On Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, we would have skate lessons. On Friday and Saturday, we would have DJ sets and live music. The place would be open also for rentals for birthday parties and school trips, and whole rink rentals as well.
The timeline we're on, the building was acquired August 2023. And since then, we've been in a design phase with the 5WH architecture firm. We just entered a redesign process in order to right size the design with the budget we have available. And so hopefully in March, we will finish those designs and submit to the city. Please pray to the city gods for a smooth permitting process. So that would put
Put it
us,
out to the universe.
yes. In July, hopefully that will be the start of construction. We're projecting 6 to 8 months of construction. So that puts our opening in early 2026. And I'll just note, I do see some things happening in the chat, but once I exit out, I'll see what's happening and see if I can
Thank
address
you.
any
It's
questions.
for
Now, it
sidewalks.
does not require a zoning change. Your zoning is all good.
Yeah, so we're zoned
That's
actually
wonderful, because that can take a year.
go, it can go up to 8. It's a 5-story mixed use space. And so the biggest thing is we're changing the use to assembly. So a lot of the renovations are around code compliance
Exiting and all.
and fire suppression systems and things like that.
Did it work?
Mhm.
Did you click on
Yes,
it?
I did. I got
All right,
it.
so you're jumping the gun, but it's great. So a way for you to join, just so you know, we are fundraising for the final 1 million to support the Heart of Rainbow Dome. This completes a $12 million budget. There are a few ways that you can connect. One is through, what's your name over there? Brittany. Brittany clicked on the QR code here, and that directed them to the Fractured Atlas donation page. That is a way for you to donate and find out new information. And then we are always looking to make connections with donors who are passionate about our space for queer joy and equitable world building. Also, below the QR code are all of our social media handles that you can check out for more information about us. Also, this sticker here is all what do you call it? A business card. It doubles as a business card. So
Nice.
that is our information as well.
Yeah, and we're open to feedback too about what type of programming you want to see and how we can be a partner with your community. If there's ways that nonprofit youth groups, community groups that want to be able to access the space, we're still brainstorming and visioning the programming that will be offered.
I haven't been to the back side of it. Is there more parking at the back?
So we are right next to a empty Broncos Stadium parking lot.
So
And so we are in conversation, and so if you know anyone on that side, and put in a good word for us. We've reached contact, they're trying to figure out if we can figure out a lease. But that is our ultimate goal, because our parking lot will not suffice for the amount of folks we want.
Which is a good thing. Because there's so many people.
And
that
it's
want-
wasted
yeah.
land, that's, no one's doing anything with it.
So furniture store closed now?
Yeah.
There's a coffee table in there. Can we get your green slips of paper so we can go through this too? I'd love to see what she all cleaned up. Thank you.
Sure, if some of these are filled out, some of them not be.
Did anybody respond in the chat?
I think everyone's worried about their sidewalks, which I understand.
Are you addressing those?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
That's really exciting. That sounds like a lot of work, but it's gonna seem like a really, really good community gathering place over there.
Yeah.
Sounds like a ton of fun.
Yes.
to me.
Yeah.
Where did that go?
It's back.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Kate.
Oh, I thought you were gonna read some.
Oh, do you want us to read some? I'm here for it.
Sure.
Okay,
Don't
so
want to take away from your.
Good
No,
connect
no.
down to Confluence Ministries thing at Paco Sanchez, where we first met you guys.
Yeah.
So the question was,
what does your ideal roller rink look like to you? I see good food, special events, visual arts, sober, family friendly. Good music, gotta have pizza and games. Let's see. Some of these I think are from my past folks. Make it easy for all abilities. A place where I can feel like I fit in. Disco music, lots of fun. Let's see what's. Trying to find y'all.
Is it just one rink or 2 rinks?
It's just one rink, yeah. For now. Alright, coffee shop. See for the see coffee for the cause. Oh, nice. Universal bathroom with walkers, yeah, included with stalls and shared sinks. Really, really good sound system, yeah. Little kids rink, oh, that's separate. Let's see, being able to skate without falling down, this is exciting. I
You
agree.
can't guarantee that, right?
Falling down is part of it, but we do
Right.
have these skate aids that are really great that we've
Uh-huh.
always had at our events, like our pockets always have the skate aids. So it allows people to be able to be stable and learn at the same time, but also not worry about completely breaking their face. So-
I saw that. It's like
Yeah.
a walker.
Yes,
A
yeah.
roller all back.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you all so
Okay,
much. for
thank you.
participating. It was really
Thank
fun.
Thank you so much. Great press.
Our grandson had a birthday party at the one up on.
64th and Sheridan,
Sheridan.
I guess, up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that one's fun.
And, yeah,
We need
it'd be nice
something
to have one
along those
nearby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep us posted on progress.
Yes.
For sure.
And when it gets closer and closer and closer, maybe come back and say, hey, we're having the ribbon cutting on
Yeah.
next Tuesday.
Yeah.
We just wanted to
Skating for
mention.
fun play.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sharing. We just wanted to mention that tonight, Denver INC, who has been in business for 49 years, is having an awards meeting, I guess.
Dinner and-
Dinner.
Awards presentation.
Yep, and there's a couple people who you all might be familiar with who received awards. Number one is Alan Cogill, who used to host our meetings.
During
And
COVID.
he's so active in our neighborhood. You might be aware that he led the Brown school bike bus.
Right.
And he used to host Sloan's Lake Citizens Groups meetings when COVID happened and we had to go completely virtual. And he did such a great job and he did that for what, 3 years?
And then he's also he was appointed by District 1 to be on the
Dottie
Dottie
board,
advisory board.
right? And on the Denver Needs Sidewalks committee. And I'm sure there's he writes great safety articles in the North Star just about every month. So we love this guy. And it's great to see him get awarded for a neighborhood star. Is that what it's called? Their
Yeah.
award?
Neighborhood Star, and we told INC about his stellar accomplishments.
Yeah,
And they listened.
we nominated him, yeah. So, and then the other award that you might be familiar with, Sloan's Lake Park Foundation. We love them too and all the work they're doing to save Sloan's Lake. Did you see anybody there?
Yeah, I saw
Awesome.
Bacha Cohen.
Basha Cohen accepted the award, huh? Okay.
Well,
So,
we left before the award started to be at this.
oh, I know. Thank you for making it back over here. I'm so grateful. So just thought you'd be interested in that. We Love Inc. They're here to help Denver's many registered neighborhood organizations.
I think there's like 100 RNOs in the city.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But Sloan's Lake Citizens Group has been around for 43, 44 years now,
46.
46. So there you go.
It's still
Time
kicking.
flies.
And then other people that have supported RNOs would be our councilwoman, Amanda Sandoval. And she had a dinner for the District 1 RNOs and we got to go. And she did a couple of presentations. Well, so we obviously it was dinner and there was some interactive engagement, but also there were a couple of presentations. One was on Denver. Is it Denver Needs Sidewalks? Am I saying that right?
It was just the sidewalk ordinance.
Yeah, it's 307,
Yeah.
but I think it's called Denver Needs or Denver Wants or something. And then another presentation about volume-based waste. So, I think what I learned from those was the fees and when this would start, which is January, right? So Alessandra's already talked about that. As far as the solid waste, one thing is changing. And this is brand new. I don't even know. Yeah, you know this. That,
Since that meeting
Yeah.
that Amanda hosted. You know, they made a presentation.
yes, they made a presentation, but since then, in January of 2025, there's gonna be, the large items are only gonna be collected every 9 weeks. And I think what the problem was is that these trucks are running around the city, but there wasn't enough waste to justify all the money that they're spending on picking up these things. And
Additionally, on the composting.
yeah, it's not compost though.
No,
I misspoke.
Recycling.
It's recycling is going to be every other week.
Yeah,
Like it used to be.
like it used to be.
I don't remember that. It's been a
Yeah.
while.
Mhm.
Yeah, it used to be every other week.
Yeah. That kind of surprises me though. I don't know.
Well, I think,
never.
I think the reason is that
Yeah.
they said that,
They don't
that they're not picking up
full parts.
full carts and then having the trucks out there, you know,
Picking up.
polluting
Right.
and everything. I think it's,
Yeah.
and the trucks could also be used for compost. Or, you know, to deliver the compost bins and
Mhm.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they are bringing them out quicker than their original schedule of like 2026 for all neighborhoods.
Now, I hope I'm saying this right. I believe it's the compost bins that are going to be in 3 sizes or,
I think
There-
that's
yeah.
trash.
The trash
Is it-
bins are 3 sides.
No, we're already doing that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, is it? Oh.
hang on a minute. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Dottie is currently rolling out compost in Solid Waste Collection District 3 and neighborhoods of Park Hill, Central Park, and parts of East Colfax. In December, Dottie will send a letter to customers that do not yet have compost service available in their districts with information and instructions to select a cart size.
Okay.
So that's for compost.
But
So
it's
that's
free,
interesting.
But it's free. We don't have to pay for it.
Well, see, that's
It's
the
like
part
the-
I don't get because that's what we're actually,
Yeah.
oh no, we're paying for
We're
the
paying for
waste.
trash.
That's right, okay. Residents will be given the option to opt in to compost service by selecting their cart size via their Denver Utilities online account, 311, or return mail. Residents can participate in a come and get it event to allow for self-service. Customers in collection districts 1, 6, 7, and 9 are encouraged to wait to sign up for compost until they receive their letters in the mail in December. The sign-up deadline for the initial round of cart deliveries will be January 10th, so you got to be awake in December and early January. So, and I also learned, I guess, from the volume size waste presentation is that's been very effective. So
It has.
they've reduced usage in all 3 categories. So, or they call it diversion, has
And
increased.
currently, until my
Diversion from the
neighbor across the alley gets his green cart, we've been sharing mine.
Aw,
However,
Because
well, you
otherwise
know,
it went into the landfill.
if we already have one, but it's all worn out and broken, you know.
We will
got
ask
holes,
for another.
Can we ask for another? Hopefully. Yeah, because we've had it as part of the pilot program
Mhm.
that we had to pay for earlier.
so there's that. So thank you, Councilwoman Sandoval, for being so good to District 1. This, you guys might be aware about Avondale Liquors on 1365 Federal. There's a hearing because there's been some, their good neighbor agreement was kind of fell
It has
by
been
the
a
wayside.
problem property for the last 5 or 6 years. District 1 reported many calls for service there. They have implemented a good neighbor agreement, but there are still issues. Part of it is that it's a bus stop for the southbound federal buses. People get off the light rail, go over there and hang out. But they have still are having issues. One of the things the police wanted them to do was remove a lot of their advertising signage, so they could see if there was an incident going on inside without having to step in, and they have not done that. They have been postponing and moving these hearing dates, but
There's one tomorrow.
yeah. And there's the link for the Zoom type part of it. That it's at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and they're talking about nobody particularly from our RNO, but the one to the south, Villa Park are having people speak about it because it's truly in their area. Although it really falls in ours too, because we go down to 10th Avenue. So,
Well, I wish them luck because they're gonna need it.
well, it's a private owner, but it doesn't seem like they're doing their part
Yeah.
from what I have observed
And the
over
neighbors.
the years. But it's kind of a tough location, but yet for the clientele they're serving, it's a wonderful location.
And so I found out something else today I wanted to share. Let's see. Denver Urban Gardens is working with Denver Public Schools to install a food forest at Lake Middle School. This will be Doug's 25th food forest and will use recently received EPA funding to support the expansion of the food forest program in the west area of Denver. Volunteer groups have already prepared the soil and established an access pathway, and planting will happen in the spring of 2025. There will be over 20 fruit and nut trees, 40 berry bushes, and dozens of companion plants, with the possibility of future expansion. Learn more about Food Forest and get connected to the specific project at doug.org/food-forests.
I didn't know it existed, so thank you.
You're welcome. Doug will also be looking for other food forest and community garden sites throughout the west area over the coming years. So be thinking about where else.
Yeah.
And there's a volunteer day. So you can, on December 7th, there's a volunteer day where they need help wrapping the trees
What day of the
and
week is that?
and with irrigation. It's probably Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
They need you to RSVP at bit.ly/lake-trees. So that's really cool. I'm super excited about that.
That Nettymore Community Garden would be another place along the gulch to put in the food trees.
Well, there you go. They just
There's a
need people.
There's a whole lot of empty land there.
Yeah, there would be some maintenance involved, so they
Mhm.
might be considering places where
Right.
people are around more.
But there is a community garden there already.
Okay, well, there you go. Tom, take it away.
Okay, this coming Saturday will be the 12th annual Pancake Breakfast to celebrate Veterans Day. for the residents of the Del Norte Veterans Apartments at 2635 Federal, time from 8 to 10 in the community room. And we've been doing this for years. We do from scratch pancakes. We do bacon and orange juice and coffee and hot cocoa for the kids. Although currently there aren't a whole lot of kids in the building, although there are 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments there. There's 26 units. And they really do like it. I'll be at the Safeway across the way. They're right across the street from the Safeway. And I'll see some of the people and said, are you going to be doing the breakfast again this year? So it's an encouragement to me that they do like it.
So if you want to help with that.
Yeah, we're
it's gonna be-
starting at 7:30
Mhm. This Saturday.
this Saturday.
Mhm.
And if you come, the keys that I have are the door from the parking area. They are having tomorrow at 10:30, a ribbon cutting on the reconstruction of 25th Avenue from Elliott to Federal. This has been under construction for like a year. They did traffic calming measures. They put a curb in the street. I don't quite know why it took a year, but I think they probably decided if we're going to do work above, maybe we should replace the utilities below. But it's part of, it was part of the Federal Boulevard Business Improvement District initiative. And one of the things they will have coming out of there is one of those things to push the flashing lights to get across the street, which will be good. Because let's see what this is. That chunk of Federal has been one of the most deadly roads in North Denver. The project is expected to last until the fall of 2024. Here we are, and it's done. But it includes a bulb out, shorten walking distance for pedestrians, upgrade pedestrian ramps, improve stormwater infrastructure. And I know that was bad because in the winter there would be standing water that became little ice rain. And for that coffee shop there, getting to it was a slick maneuver. There will be a pedestrian and bike crossing signal, like I mentioned, which is one of the Hawk crossings. High intensity activated crosswalk signals allow pedestrians and cyclists to press a button that activates the blinking light to stop oncoming traffic in both directions.
And Councilwoman Sandoval will be there. I will be there too.
Oh,
10:30 tomorrow morning.
woohoo.
And it will be very nice. And I wish that they would finally get done with construction at 26th and Federal. I think it seems like they are digging to China. Because like to get to the Safeway the other day, I had to go on 23rd and up Elliott all the way to the 26th. But hopefully, eventually, it'll be better. I know
It
it
has
will
to
be.
be. It has to be.
Get on your scooter.
I don't want to kill myself when you're on the scooter. Okay, we're having a meeting for people who responded to the Salt Lake Citizens Group survey. It's Tuesday.
There's something over here.
Oh,
What?
yes, no,
No.
we're not.
It's Tuesday, November 19th.
Yeah.
We don't need to announce.
Well, well,
Wow.
we said,
Well,
okay.
it was scheduled for Tuesday, November 19th at the Merit Co-work at
It
6:30
still
a.m.
is.
It still
Okay.
is.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah, sure, okay.
right, but it will
And
be
anybody
right.
who wants to get involved with
Can-
Slums Lake Citizens Group.
And then next on the thing was Keith Meyer, and I was not thinking because he is currently hosting the INC dinner, so he can't give us an update on the carriage lots.
Yeah.
And our next Salt Lake Citizens Group meeting will be Wednesday, December 11th, and it will be our holiday party. And venue to be determined, although I did talk to Ms. Taragowski today, and I'll put it in later.
Hey, Tom, this is Mike online.
Yep.
I was wanting to hear a little bit more about the carriage lots. I'm not sure if Alessandra has anything that she could add as an update for us on that.
So I don't have much to add. It would be Melissa, our land use aide, that has more of that information. And I know that you don't like to be redirected, that she's the land use policy
Yeah.
aide and expert.
So I've tried to contact Lisa Lumley with real estate. There is a city-owned carriage lot right behind my house that's been abandoned, for years. And all of the neighbors are very interested in doing something with this property, and we want to keep it a community space. We do not want this property to go to a private owner, but we also don't want it to sit with the city and just be neglected. I've reached out to the city council, I've reached out to real estate, I've reached out to zoning, and I haven't had anybody give me a solution. They just keep, punting it down. I think, Lisa Lumley said the city's addressing other issues, like addressing unhoused and all that, which I admire, but I think we're looking to do something with this space, and we just keep coming to a dead end.
I do know it was presented just, let's see, on the 12th to the land use committee.
And my understanding is that the land use just zoned it so that people can come in who are not neighbors. It can be anywhere in the city can come in and buy the carriage lot, and they can
Right.
build anything they want on the carriage lot. They can zone it for condos, and
Here,
there is a resounding. All the neighbors around this carriage lot, have all expressed a desire for it to be a public space. Like we want to partner with Denver Urban Gardens or do something like that. So
what I can tell you, yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
that's
That sounds frustrating. There's a lot of people upset about this. I don't know if you realize that or not, but people around the city are upset about this. INC sent out a letter letting every single RNO in the city know about this text amendment bundle. And I believe the reason is because there wasn't enough public input and transparency with this, enough notice for sure. So just stay tuned, and I appreciate hearing from you today. Are you in Salt Lake neighborhood?
I am.
Okay. Good to know.
Where's this where's
where's
this one located? Where?
This is located between Irving and Hooker,
okay.
and 23rd and 24th. So it's been city owned. There was an attempt by the neighborhood in prior years to partner with Denver Urban Gardens, but the city shut that down because it's owned by the city, and they don't want to risk insurance liability to allow someone like Denver Urban Gardens to take over. But I think as part of the new zoning, they have somehow made adjustments to allow for Denver Urban Gardens to get involved in those spaces now, but it's not clear how we can partner with them to bring them in. And
Yeah,
it sounds like the alternative solution is they're just going to put it on the market for the entire city to bid at the highest price possible for this piece of property. And
Okay.
if that goes through, you're potentially going to have neighbors going against each other because there are some people. I think it's going to create resentment. And
indeed.
Let's see if we can would, yeah.
We are going to pass this information on from that we spoke with you. I would say for now, I don't know if it's going to end up going to city council for a vote at this point. I know it's possible that at the very least, they could take out the carriage lot amendments
Piece from
out.
the text amendment.
Just take it all the way out and then they can okay the rest. But we're gonna stay tuned to this and we're gonna pass this on, okay?
Because there are several different carriage lots within our boundaries. There was one right off of 17th, east of Lowell, that the developer bought the property at 17th, bought the carriage lot, had the city abandon a piece of alleyway by it, and replaced a 3-unit building with 14 units. And that's just slamming them on.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you very much for speaking up.
I'll just
You're not the only one who's upset, that's for
If you
sure.
can
Yeah, let
get
me
us your email address, we would appreciate it.
I'd like to speak up also. I also live in the neighborhood. I'm not on a carriage lot, and I would like to point out that 14 units of housing is more than 3 units of housing. And the reason that that carriage lot can be sold for massive amounts of money is because we don't have enough housing. Keeping, empty land empty doesn't help the housing situation.
No.
yeah, Matt, I agree. I mean, there's definitely a housing shortage. I think we should work on addressing that. But these properties, the carriage lots, are not designed to support residential use in a large volume. To make any meaningful dent, there's no access for. I mean, the cars can barely fit into the alleyway because it's so tight.
Well, I think we can assume that the zoning is going to deal with that. I mean, no one's suggesting that someone's going to put a 20-story apartment building on these lots. But if you could put a unit on that lot or 2 units on that lot.
Or 3.
Sure, that would not be unreasonable.
Oh, really?
I mean, well, if you look at the houses on either side of those lots, that's less dense than those blocks,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
I mean, how many homes border that carriage lot?
I'm sorry?
How many homes border that carriage lot directly?
I 20, 30.
Right. So 3, I mean, if we can fit 20, 3 more is a small amount. So, I get that obviously people who live next to carriage lots are upset about this and that's not unreasonable. But I would also like to point out that, the only people we should be hearing from are not only the people who live next to carriage lots. I have numerous friends who've had to move out of the neighborhood because they couldn't afford to live here anymore. So
I guess, okay,
What happened to the street?
I think,
I just want to make sure that voice is also heard because
yeah.
all I've heard in these meetings about the carriage lot stuff is people who are against it and they all live next to carriage lots and that's fine. I understand that. But here I am, someone who's had several friends move out of the neighborhood because they couldn't afford to live here anymore. And that's entirely because we don't develop the land we have efficiently. So.
Sure, I agree with that. I think, I think.
I appreciate hearing both your perspectives, actually. That's why we need more public input.
Yep.
And that's what we're
Well,
trying to
that's
get. We actually wrote a letter to the council and Tina Axelrod and others with our concerns. That's right.
So,
Do any of you want us to get in touch with you?
I would like to be involved in this process, and I feel like it sounds like the city is starting to make decisions about this stuff. I would like to have a say in this process. And I think I know all my neighbors would be interested if they knew who to speak to.
Do you mind emailing me at, I'm Deb at sloanslakecitizensgroup.org?
Sure.
That would be great. Pass that.
Yeah. If you know. Well,
Thank you.
we need to upgrade our banner because it's celebrating 40 years and it's now 40, what'd you say,
46.
six?
Probably going on 47 at this point. Okay, folks, I think that's all we have tonight.
And thank all the people who joined us online. It was much more viewed. We did record this, and the link to the recording will be on our website.
And we have a YouTube channel.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, super well.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for the presentation.
Trade you our
Thank you. And then.
Linda? Pam?
I'm sorry. For your veterans breakfast, we provide the coffee for that event. I don't know if you all purchased it or not, but.
No, we usually get it from Starbucks.
But yeah, we roast our own coffee. I actually met you guys at the jamming on the jet.
Jamming on the Jetty?
You're from Ohio, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm from Cleveland and.
Love it.
Cleveland, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
So anyway, to see you, you guys.
So you have a coffee place?
So since then, my husband and I have acquired an existing coffee company. They're called Coffee for the Cause. It's for a really small roasting location, but we love it. So we have
Where
a
is
family
that?
business now.
Where is it located?
It's actually way out east, almost by the airport, but it's still in Denver. It's a 750 square foot roasting location.
Oh.
We have a roaster and we have beans and we have bags and we have labels.
Oh.
And we have a registered trademark, Do Good with Great Coffee, which we're really excited about. But what we do is what I would love for you guys to do, and CUNY did this, I'm not telling anybody else out, but you can register Sloan's Lake Citizens Group for free on our website. And then when anyone comes to purchase coffee from our website and they choose your nonprofit, you automatically get $3 per bag sent to you. And we never touch it, just the way our Stripe accounts are set up, that just automatically goes to you. And we have it is existing, so like the Colorado Mountain Club, like we have a woman that, she always buys her decaf from us, right? And it always goes to that organization. People can always choose to donate more and all that money goes directly to your nonprofit.
Should have had you to speak
Oh,
tonight.
it's okay. I wanted to come in and see
Yes.
you guys, as I said, I would help
Will
out.
you
if
come back and-
possible. Sure, no problem, absolutely.
Yes.
But
Oh,
if I can give you
please.
coffee, at least for advantage, do you have a coffee grinder? Because I can always, if you don't have a grinder, I can grind. Well, I can just bring it. I have a big percolator that then we can just pour the coffee.
Oh,
into.
that'd be wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, if you would, do that,
Yeah, absolutely.
that would be great.
Coffee is my thing. I can't wait.
Perfect. Well,
That'd be great.
I have 2 more bags left.
If
So if you guys, I think
want
you guys are together, so.
give me your
Do you like-
email address, I will send you the invitation piece. You actually.
Picture of it.
Oh, she
Okay.
did.
You guys are